With the release of Tragic Kingdom in 1995, No Doubt emerged as a force to be reckoned with in pop culture. Their fresh take on music drew them a mini army of loyal fans, so much so that Tragic Kingdom went on to sell over 16 million copies worldwide. It's safe to say the group undoubtedly brought a new style to music, but the lead singer known as Gwen Stefani was obviously the centerpiece that held the group together. The success of their records and alluring videos helped establish Stefani as both a fashion icon and a star. The group's follow-up album Return of Saturn in 2000 did moderately well, but by that time Gwen began to light the flame as a solo artist, alongside Eve on their smash hit Let Me Blow Your Mind in 2001. She won her first Grammy Award for her work with Eve, bringing home the award for Best Rap Song Collaboration. 2001's Rocksteady was released and won the group 2 more Grammys. However, the group began to take a slight decline commercially, never being able to replicate their 1995 release, Tragic Kingdom. In 2004, Stefani released her first solo album, Love.Angel.Music.Baby, which was a commercial, critical, and unintentionally influential album that helped create a few careers. The album marked a staple in pop culture and went on to sell over 7 million copies worldwide, netting 6 singles, including Holla Back Girl, a fiery track that was a response to Courtney's statement that Stefani was a cheerleader in an interview with 17 magazine. The album also saw her team up with iconic collaborator Eve once again, proving that the two together are simply magic, releasing a second smash titled Rich Girl. As stated before, the album proved to be successful, but it also had a hand in creating some careers and riffs amongst other emerging stars during that time, Fergie and Nelly Furtado. The success of the album's urban and adult contemporary sound helped propel Fergie's Duchess and Nelly Furtado's Loose into superstardom. Fergie and Nelly even went on to have a brief feud. The rumor is that Fergie had changed the sound of her solo album to follow Nelly's style. In Fergalicious, there's a teeniest connection because Fergie raps, but I ain't promiscuous, and if you was suspicious, all that shit is fictitious. Nelly responded with a diss track titled Give It To Me featuring Justin Timberlake and Timbaland. Seen you try to switch it up, but girl you ain't got to. You love my ass and my abs in the video called Promiscuous. My style is meticulous. Meanwhile, while they were both going at it over who was copying who, the critics were crediting Gwen for their success, being she was the first one to take that route. Both Fergie's and Nelly's album drew strong comparisons to Love.Angel.Music.Baby, but especially Fergie. Fergie in some of her music videos was accused of ripping off Stefani's signature Harajuku style, mostly from her luxurious music video. The album's lead single London Bridge was parallel to Holla Back Girl and was even slammed by some critics for being a complete ripoff. And the third single Glamorous was parallel to Luxurious, which both sounded similar and had very similar themes. However, Fergie denied accusations of ripping off Stefani, stating, "This is also ridiculous. The piece and I make music we love, and for others to speculate is their problem." Gwen continued her road to success when her next solo effort, The Sweet Escape, arrived in 2006. The album's title track was a smash hit and the album fared well, but received mixed reviews for its similarities to her solo debut. She soon left her solo career behind after joining her No Doubt bandmates for a national tour in 2009. Stefani and the group reunited in 2012. She went on to reveal that her solo efforts were never meant to be taken seriously. "It just feels so much more natural being back in this mode. The solo records allowed me to indulge in my girly side, but it was never meant to be taken seriously. It was just like an art project that kept going longer than I expected. The group never ended. We always knew we'd come back to make this album," says Stefani. The group released their last album to date, Push and Shove, later that year, which was a commercial failure. In 2014, Stefani decided to take her career in a new direction by signing on to become a coach on the popular reality competition show The Voice. After a very public divorce with longtime husband Gavin Rossdale, Gwen began working on her third studio album, This Is What the Truth Feels Like. Stefani released the single Used to Love You ahead of the March 2016 release of This Is What the Truth Feels Like. The album eventually arrived and was praised for its vulnerability and honesty. She followed this up with a Christmas album titled You Make It Feel Like Christmas. The following summer, Stefani kicked off a 25-date residency in Las Vegas, her Just a Girl show featuring her greatest hits from her time with No Doubt and as a solo artist. As for Gwen now, she's a mother and in a happy relationship with country singer Blake Shelton. She's still touring and making appearances on TV. It's always interesting to take a look back in time on iconic figures who helped shape and propel popular music. But the most fascinating thing about Gwen is, She did it her own way, building her own sound and vision and doing it so unapologetically.